everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome! Today I'm looking at the Star Wars Armada, the Corellian Conflict campaign expansion released in 2016. Now this set, and its sister set, which came out in, I believe, 2019, entitled The Rebellion in the Rim, is a great way to enhance the game of Armada. Normally when you go to a game shop, you're playing deathmatch or you're doing different scenarios. This, however, gives you a campaign to play with your friends with. You could assemble rosters of fleets and teams, and you just battle it out from planet to planet. And the more planets you win, the better your fleet's going to be. You gain points, you can repair ships, you get different squadrons. It's awesome, and I really do recommend it, but I might be jumping the gun. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to crack this baby open, and we're going to see everything that comes in this set. We're talking the tokens, the rules, the cards, the rosters, everything. I want to show everybody what you're getting when you pay for this thing. And one thing that drew me to this set is not exactly the campaign expansion itself, but rather some of the cards we get in this set. And by that I mean some unique squadrons. Now, we don't get physical models in this set by any means, but we get the squadron disc and also a bunch of cards for Rebels and Imperials, which is a nice touch. You know, I like when they do things like this where they give an expansion, and yeah, you know, if you have friends, you could do the campaign. That's all fine and dandy. Here's all the stickers, cards, rules, tokens, everything you need for that. But also for people that, like myself, that just want to do deathmatch and different games like that, here's a little tidbit or treat for you in the form of squadrons that are unique. So that's a pretty cool touch. But as always, enough of me yapping. We have a lot to look at, so let's get started. Alright, and now for the dial token roll call. First up, we have 16 squadron disc, 10 main ship ID tokens, 2 main flagship ID tokens, 2 flagship ID tokens, 10 ship ID tokens, 10 scarred ship ID tokens, 14 squadron ID tokens, 12 scarred squadron ID tokens, 3 diplomat tokens, 6 skilled spacer tokens, 3 spynet tokens, 18 veteran tokens, 3 asteroid obstacle tokens, 2 dust field obstacle tokens, 1 station obstacle token, and finally we have our sticker sheet. Now this goes with the campaign map, and we'll look at that in just a few, but checking all these stickers out, starting over here we have base destroyed sticker, right here we have rebel base sticker, rebel outpost, rebel presence, and over here we have the imperial base sticker. So I'm not a fan of putting stickers on the campaign map by any means, but if you're handy out there, I would recommend maybe putting these on some sort of token, and then I think that would work out a little better, but nice addition nonetheless. And that does it for all the tokens. Now let's take a quick look at the rules, rosters, and cards. So moving on to the rules, let's begin by looking at page 1, aka the cover. We can see this beautiful artwork, which is identical to the box art of the product. We have our Star Wars Armada at the top, and the Corellian Conflict down at the bottom. I just love this artwork. Armada and FFG, even X-Wing, has a lot of beautiful art that a lot of people don't give the company credit for, but somebody out there is drawing all this stuff, and to me, even though I'm a history major, I do appreciate art. Obviously, my channel's built on looking at miniatures, so the fact that somebody drew all this is amazing to me. Moving on to page 2, we have Welcome to the Corellian Conflict, a components list full of all the tokens and stuff that we get in this set, and then of course new rules, which is continued all throughout the book. So on page 3 we have short player edges diagram, which shows you how to set up for a event, attacking stations, which we're going to look at the cards with that. Besides squadron cards, this set also comes with unarmed and armed stations. So, you know, you can use it for the campaign, or if you have some imagination, you can make up your own scenario. Moving on to page 4, we have playing the campaign, and this is vital to succeeding with this expansion. You gotta read the rules. And moving on to page 5, we have setup, how to create teams, and we're going to look at the team roster in just a bit. On page 6, we have everything we need to know about our stickers for the campaign chart, and you can see all of them labeled there very nicely. And then we have our team rosters, which, when I'm done going over the rules, we'll take a nice look at them. On page 7, we have more rules about how the campaign works. And, we've seen these rules time and time again for the Armada game, so I'm not going to sit here scanning every single page. But for the last page, page 8, we have our battle phase, determining initiative, and all that fun stuff. But as I flip through the book more and more and read about it, it explains how to determine battle effects, gain resources, construct new bases, and so on and so forth, and how to actually set up the game and use the tokens. So again, the rulebook is a vital piece to this, and I do fully recommend that you read it. Now real quick, moving on to the fleet rosters and team rosters. First up, we have the fleet roster with Admiral Akbar at the top, and as you can see, we have a bunch of Excel data blocks that you can fill in information. On page 2 of that form, again, another spreadsheet. I love this mechanic. I think it is very cool because as you play the campaign, you're going to have a lot of changes. Every time you win a system, boom, you get more upgrade points, you get more this, you get more that. And it's cool to keep track of what's in your fleet, what you added to your fleet, and basically your resources. So, very nice. Moving on to the team roster, again, it's a nice sheet that lets you fill everything out and keep organized. I'm a real fan of organization, and this is really cool. Now, one thing I do have to say, you could call it a nitpick if you want, but these pages or papers are very finite. You only have a specific amount in each of the campaigns that FFG has made. So what I recommend doing is putting it into a scanner, scan it, copy it, and just print a couple out for yourself. Because sooner or later, if you're a hardcore player and you play this game a lot, you will run out. I know of one person that used to scan these, print them out, and then laminate them. And then, use a dry erase marker. So that's also an option one could take. But just like the stickers that come with this set, which I forgot to mention are reusable, sooner or later you're going to run out. So in my opinion, make copies, make tokens out of them, do whatever you got to do. But just get organized and keep them safe and keep them in multiples of each other because it's always nice to have copies. So that does it for the rules and rosters. So now let's take a look at the cards. Alright, now looking at the ship cards and other cards that come with this set, what I like to do is read the name of the card, and if you would like to pause the video and read all the data below, by all means go right ahead and continue when you're done. Alright, first up we have Green Squadron, Shara Bay, Dagger Squadron, Ten Nub, Gold Squadron, Nora Wexley, Rogue Squadron, Biggs Darklighter, Saber Squadron, Sienna Ree, Black Squadron, Valen Ruder, Tempest Squadron, Zyrtic Strom, Gamma Squadron, and finally Captain Jonas. Now moving on to the station cards, we have Armed Station, and 2 unarmed stations that come with this set. And that basically does it for all the ship and station cards. So one cool aspect that this set also includes is a bunch of different scenario cards that you don't really get in the regular starter sets. So let's take a look at them. First up, we have Asteroids, Base Defense Armed Station, Base Defense Fighter Wing, Base Defense Ion Cannon, Hyperlane Raid, Independence Station, Nebula Outskirts, Show of Force, Capture the VIP, Fighter Ambush, Jammin' Barrier, Planetary Ion Cannon, Station Assault, Targeting Beacons, Blockade Run, Close Range Intel Scan, Salvage Run, Sensor Net, solar corona, and finally, navigational hazards. So as you can no doubt tell, this set does come with a lot of cards to enhance the game of Armada, and I really like this stuff. So now let's move on to the campaign map. So now looking at that campaign map, I was very interested in sharing this with everybody because this is a giant fold-out map that comes with this set. Now first up, let's talk about size. For its width, we're looking at a little under 24 inches, and for the height, it's a tad over 17 inches. So it's a massive play area, and just for some size comparison, everybody knows I'm a bigger guy. So you can see me here with the map, and it's large. There's no ends, ifs, or buts about it. So having a closer look, we have our little legend at the bottom, which talks about resource bonuses and victory bonuses, which is really good. You know, FFG is trying their best to really put all their rules and legends out and about so everybody can understand and the game can move quicker. Now, looking at this map here, you can see there are a lot of obstacles. I just love it. I love that we have the Corellian sector and then all these different little things. You know, they just didn't stick with planets. We have asteroids and nebulas and stations, and it's just awesome. And each little area has the ability to put one of those stickers on it. So it's a cool format. Again, if you could, I know this might sound blasphemous, but I would really look into laminating it. Because if you're going to play this game, as you can see right out of box, there is the white folds in the black, and, you know, it's paper, so constant movement, it's going to get wear and tear and fall apart sooner or later. So just something to look into. But regardless, a great map. I really enjoy this quite a bit, and it's a great addition to the game. And that does it today for my review of the Star Wars Armada, the Corellian Conflict Campaign expansion released in 2016. You know, I think this is a great idea. I wish I had a little more friends to play with to do the campaign, because a normal game would take, you know, anywhere from an hour or two. So to play a whole campaign, you gotta have a lot of time and a lot of friends. And I think that putting that aside, the idea that you're playing with a set number of points and a roster of ships, and the more you play or win, your roster could change, you could add more points, and you could do this and that. It's a great mechanic, and it makes you want to play more, and I love that aspect. I love that you can do upgrades and this and that as you progress. We also get some scenario cards and everything we need to play with this particular set, including tokens, rules, the stickers, rosters, all that jazz. The one thing I was really happy with was the squadron cards. You know, we get some cool, unique squadrons to add to our own fleets, and to me, that's a nice treat. I wasn't expecting it at first, but once I bought it and opened it up and saw them, I was like, yeah. I mean, squadrons are good, and if you know how to use them, they could be a powerful ally in this game. But having said all that, I really recommend this for Armada players. It's pretty cool, and even though this is the first one out of two, 2016, it's not bad. I think I prefer the sister campaign, which is the Rebellion in the Rim, but this is a nice start. I'm liking this. And that's everything I have to say about this campaign expansion today. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and if you'd like to see new videos every week, subscribe. Again, everybody out there, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to watch my content. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.